my channel, Megan Victoria. If you are new, hello, welcome. My name is Megan. I'm a pro hair and makeup artist, and I put out videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so twice a week. Today we are going to be creating this really beautiful kind of like rosy everyday glam. I wouldn't say it's like so over the top, but it's a little bit more than say your 5-minute face. I'm going to be using all Pur products today, as I know actually a lot of you guys found me when I did a Pur video maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, using all Pur products, and I've been requested to do it again. So I wanted to do a one brand tutorial, and this is not sponsored. I want to make that clear, but I love Pur. They really align with my branding. I think that they're a very good natural healthy makeup that makes amazing products, makes you feel good, and is really great for all skin types, especially mature skin, which I really appreciate in my kit and working with, you know, a diverse clientele. So with all that said, if you'd like to see how we get this look, then please just keep on watching. The very first product I'm going to take is the foundation stick. So I have the one in Golden Light, and here's a little pro tip, especially since it's winter and if you're actually in a climate where it's cold, a little face oil can really help the foundation just blend in so smoothly, especially in the winter. So I'm just going to rub this in first, and then I can take the foundation stick and apply a couple lines to the face. And then you can just take any beauty sponge and just blend that into the skin. Then I'm just going to take my Disappearing Ink Concealer. This is in the shade Light, and I'm going to apply that under the eyes. I love how this concealer gives a really great coverage, but it also is really brightening, and so you really get that like youthful under eye look, and it's not cakey and heavy. And then you can just pat that out with your finger or a sponge. Alright, so we're well concealed, but if you like a little bit more like highlighting and contouring and want to do a little bit more face sculpting, then we have our Cameo contour stick. So I can just take this shade, the light one, and I'll apply that just kind of to the cheekbones just to brighten and lighten the area. And this will just bring the high points of the face even more forward, just so they can really reflect the light. So I'll just put that in the center and all the high points of the face. And then to make it super easy, you can just use the back side, and we can do a little bit of contouring action as well. We can just sit and blend that out. Now the face has a little bit more dimension, which I always love having, you know, a very square face. So I'm going to just go into my pressed powder. I'll just take a little bit with my sponge, and I'm just going to kind of set the areas that are like the high points where we put that like lighter shade. Just a light setting of powder is all you need. And then to really bring warmth back into the skin, we're going to take the Bronzing Act Matte Bronzer, but this one is in Light. So we're just going to get a nice natural kind of look to the skin, and we can just blend that along the perimeter of the face. And just to bring a little bit more color to the face, I'm going to go into my Kinky blush. This is a great dupe for the Orgasm blush, and I'll just pop a little bit on the apples of the cheeks. It's just a gorgeous like coral shade with that pink reflex. It's just so pretty. And if you ask me, no look is complete without a little highlighter, so I'm just going to go into my Bronze and Brighten palette and grab that middle shade, just that gorgeous light kind of gold shade, and apply that as my highlight. And then I just take whatever's left over on the brush, and I can run it on the tip of my nose and the nose bridge and the Cupid's bow, just so I don't get too much light reflection and we keep it somewhat natural. And then I just like to press everything in with my sponge at the end, just so I can ensure all my face makeup is really well blended together. For brows, I'm going to be using my absolute favorite brow pencil in the world, the Pur Brow Arc Nemesis. This one's in the shade Light, and what I love is it has this triangle tip right at the front and a small side, so you really can kind of like customize the brow. So I just like to go in with the thick side first and just kind of give my brows some volume and just kind of go with their natural shape at first. And then when I have the general shape, I just like to take the little skinny side and just kind of feather the little brow hairs right at the beginning, just so I get a little bit more of that like brushed up brow look. Alright, so brows are done. So moving on, we are moving in to the eye makeup. So what I like to do is I love to start just with a little bit of a base on my eyelid. So I usually put my foundation on anyway. If not, I'll just grab a little bit more and just tap that on the eyelids just to prep and prime the area. And then just a light dusting of my pressed powder on top. Setting the base really just helps the eyeshadows go on nice and smooth, and it's just definitely going to help them blend out, as powder sitting on powder will blend better than like powder sitting on cream because it just wants to attach. So that's why we just set the base like so. Alright, so this palette has been totally beaten up by me. So this is my Pur Soiree Diaries eyeshadow palette. I love this palette. So the first shade we're going to go into is just the shade Splurge, just as a beautiful, warm, bronzy transition color. Now I'm just going to grab a brush that's just a little bit smaller than the previous, and I'm going to dip into this really warm brown shade Stunner right beside, and we're going to apply that just into the crease just below the transition shade, just to kind of deepen the crease a little bit. This is really going to help sculpt the eye. Then I'm going to switch brushes and just take a smaller little packing brush, and I'm going to grab that shade Stunner. I'm going to mix a tiny bit of the shade Epic in there just to kind of deepen it a little bit more, and then I'm going to start patting that on the outer corner. And this is really going to be where you get that nice definition that'll really ground the look. Then you can just take that previous blending brush and softly with little circular motions start blending that outer corner out. I just like to focus that more on the outer part of that blend just so we can keep the pigment exactly where we originally placed it. Just blending out those edges. So now we have a really beautiful blended eye, but we definitely have that nice definition in the outer corner that really grounds the look and kind of elongates the eyes if that's the look you're going for. So I'm now going to go into the shade Winkle, which is this really beautiful rose gold shade down here. I love to apply shimmers with my finger as they're a little bit more emollient, and then I'm just going to tap that onto the center of the lid. And I always like a really beautiful inner corner pop, so I'm actually going to go into my Visionary palette. This is another one of my favorites. So many really beautiful shimmery shades, but I'm going to grab the shade Dreamer, which is the shade Dreamer, which is this really beautiful kind of like creamy, milky champagne shade. And again, I'll just apply that with my finger and right to the inner corner. There's just so much light reflection here that it just looks so beautiful on the eyes. I've been really into pencils lately, so I'm going to go into the Pure On Point eyeliner, and this one's in Down to Earth, so it's kind of like a shimmery brown. And I'm just going to do a light line right across the upper lash line. And we'll give a tiny little wing. So once I've done the eyeliner, I'm just going to go back into the shade Epic, which is this really deep dark brown. Take that on a flat liner brush, and then we're just going to smudge and smoke that line just for a softer look. I love when a look is very cohesive, so I want to bring that warmth just onto the lower lash line. So all I'm going to do is go into that Stunner shade, just that like nice warm brown, and I'm going to just apply that to my lower lash line, going about 2/3 of the way in. And then you can just blend that line softly just so it looks nice and natural and smoky. Alright, so I'm going to go curl my lashes, apply mascara, and also apply the lovely Socialite lashes. Okay, so while lashes are drying, we're going to move on to the lips. So first I'm going to take my Pure On Point lip liner in Low Key, which is like a great name. And we're just going to line. I am a chronic overliner, so do your thing when it comes to this, but I'm just going to go for it. Okay, and then one of my favorite little products is this tiny little on-the-go lipstick palette. This one's in the shade Daydream, like the whole thing. And I'm gonna grab this shade right here. I use this all the freaking time. And this is the shade Vanity, and I'll apply that to the lips. I love the formula of these lipsticks. They're so creamy and blendable. You can for sure stop there, but I'm always such a gloss girl, so I'm going to take the shade DIY. This lip gloss is so pretty. I use it all the time. Just a really pretty peachy pink, and we'll just apply that on top. Once I add the lip, I always find I need a little bit more blush, and that's why I usually wait to the end just to kind of see how everything comes together. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of my blush, just apply that to the apples of the cheeks. I just feel like it ties the whole look together. A little hair toss, and that is our finished look. Alright guys, so there we have it. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you'd like to see any other videos or other one brand tutorials. I think they're kind of fun. They kind of like challenge you to, you know, like use only one brand. Like you gotta really understand the products and how it all works together. But I really like this look. I love this lip. I always love a good glossy rosy nude lip. Oh, so good. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.